Survival depends on the choices you make. They will be as a compass, guiding you through the unknown. Will you find the path to salvation, or be lost in the darkness forever? Let me speak plainly. You're about to make some difficult decisions. Decisions that will affect the lives of others. How those decisions play out will become clear over time. I expect you're wondering who I am and where you are. I am the Curator, the Custodian of Tales. My purpose is to keep a record of everything you do, every decision or mistake you make. This is my repository. It is filled with untold stories. Stories about friends and enemies, loyalty and betrayal, life and death. Understand that I am not here to help you. Although I have been known to bend the rules from time to time. To descend into the unknown alone is extremely brave. Or extremely foolish. Perhaps there is more to you than meets the eye. Let me give you a few words of advice. Throughout the story, you will encounter certain pictures. Pictures which allude to possible outcomes. I suggest you pay attention to their meaning. It could foreshadow a future best avoided. But alas, the sands of time have run out for us. We'll meet again soon to see how you fared. Or failed.
Colonel, good trip?
Not particularly.
Welcome to Camp Slayer. You're early.
Apologies for arriving early, Lieutenant. Things are moving fast.
I hear you, Colonel. Glad to have you on board. Techs are ready for your presentation. As soon as we get word from the CEO, good to go.
You should read this.
Didn't you hear? There's a new king in the castle.
Looks that way. You are?
Careful, Clarice. That's valuable research.
Yes, sirree. Dr. Stokes, at your service.
First Lieutenant Jason Kolchak.
Well, the briefing room?
What's up, Marine? Can't you keep up?
This could be our last time together, Rachel. After what happened at the checkpoint, I thought I was done. These last few weeks, you've lifted me up. I don't know where I'd be without you.
Rachel King?
Colonel King has arrived on base, ma'am. He's en route to the briefing room.
I'll be there in 5. Fuck, it's him. He's early.
Your husband, you mean? Don't you think it's about time you came clean?
Put your clothes back on. Straighten up.
Hey, Rachel, you gonna tell him about us or what? You and Eric have been apart for a year. Whatever you had, it's gotta be over.
We should put this on ice.
On ice? Just like that? So what, we just stop? Is that how it works?
That's exactly how it works. If my husband is here. For crying out loud, Nick, how else do you think it works? From now on, we just have to keep a little distance.
Sounds like an order, ma'am. Say no more. I get it.
Shit.
You'll have to excuse the noise and disorder. Just getting the base set up. Blows my mind. Only a few weeks ago, Showdown was living it up and chowing down on candy bars while some poor bastard clipped his toenail.
Nice image.
If only you could see the state of this place now. Makes me smile. You got the CIA, you got the Army, the Marines, DIA, the Air Force. Hey, everyone's in back. Everyone wants a piece of history. God bless America. I see you, old man. Keep busting out those reps.
Hey, come join me. Maybe I'll teach you a thing or two.
Later, we have company.
Yeah, even this year would like to watch me get my sweat on. You spot me, little lady?
Can see you just fine from here, thanks.
Ignore Corporal Merwin. He lacks social skills.
I guess every unit has its resident jackass.
Sergeant K. This is Lieutenant Colonel Kane. Just taking him down to the briefing room.
Yeah, gotta go get prepped.
I'll see you in there, Marine. So what's his malfunction?
Nick ain't been himself lately. We got caught up in a shooting a few weeks back. Civilian ate a bullet. Nick took it hard.
Is he combat ready?
He's a big boy, sir. He's ready. Damn, Joey, they got you sitting behind a desk? You want me to make a call?
Nah, I'm all good. People who sit behind desks don't tend to catch so many bullets, you know? So this must be the one and only satellite guy.
Lieutenant Colonel Eric King. And if I'm not mistaken...
Crap, he's not shitting me. Sir.
If I were you, I wouldn't get too comfortable behind that desk.
I'm telling you, when the queen bitch finds out about this, she's gonna flip her shit.
Rachel and I, we know each other. She'll understand all's fair in love and war.
Sir?
The queen bitch you're referring to is his wife. Nice work, Hotshot.
sir. I'm so sorry. Rachel never said she was married.
We've been working apart this last year.
Alright, so there's one thing I've already discovered with regards to this game. If you press certain scenes or pick up certain items, if a cutscene pops up, then you won't be able to finish reading what you're supposed to pick up. I'm not sure if it's going to allow you to pick up everything in the room and make you read it because of a cutscene. So that's one of the minor things I would say to take away from the game so far. That already threw me out of the game. The fact that it cut me off for a cutscene while I was trying to pick up something or read something. So that's not good. So that's the only bad thing I would say in regards to the game so far. So that's I was at a 0.7 for this game. I would say that would take me back down to a 0.6. But based on the fact that I've seen the animation and story progress so far, from curated to now, I would say it's going pretty good. I'm saying nothing pretty stand out-ish. That's great. But so far as the progression of how you make decisions for executing certain things and getting on certain people's good side and bad side, that's also good. So I would say it's going back up to a 7. With regards to the environment, the construction, the background environment, the vegetation, and the environmental art, as well as the mesh construction of buildings and so on and so forth, that's also good as well. So vegetation is good, sound effect is good, construction of polygons, and then the rendering of colors over it, and the mixer of colors to make certain styles of buildings and how buildings look and how floors look and how the reflections on buildings floors on things that are wood, things that are brick, and so on and so forth. That's good. So that's already, when it comes to actually building things, constructing things, and making them look realistic, that's already an 8 right there. Sound effects is already a 9 right there. Sound of helicopters in the background, the sound of music, so on and so forth, sounds good. The interaction and behaviors of the body animation of characters sounds good. So that's a 9 right there. And 10 will be, or should I say 1, a full 1 will be the fact that the rendering of actual textures on top of things, not just the color of things or the design of things and the construction of things, the rendering for appropriate color over things. And then you get, after you do rendering from color, you get into the nitty-gritty details, such as the gradient effects, such as the grain, such as the filters, such as the opacity, so on and so forth. So that's a 0.1. So now I'm at a 1.1 with regards to the game. And choices and the realism of the Persian Gulf War and the clothes that they're wearing is age appropriate for the time. So that's also a 0.2 I give to with regards to the game. So I'm at a 1.2 right now with regards to the game. So far, I only got one takeaway that sometimes certain things, if you pick up and read certain things, a cutscene might interrupt it. But that's like the only bad thing I would say with regards to the game so far. The characters within the game are like the best characters so far, but I would say at the moment they haven't done anything to actually ruin the characters. So far, they're likable characters. Nothing bad so far about them I could say that's bad, to consider bad. So it's good right now. So I'll keep proceeding forward and see how things will turn out, and then I'll be able to make a better assessment of everything. So with regards to Akkadian lore, that's there, that's appropriate. How the kings behaved, how the famine that happened during that time period, the Gutierrez, the fight, that period. So that's a 1.3. Historic accuracy is there. So that's now 1.3. The 1.4 would be the fact that they used to have people in cells in basement and stuff. So that's also historically accurate how they did execution and stuff. So that's 1.4. And 1.5 would be the fact that I would say the 0.5 would be, I would say, See, lighting effects is one thing, but how to make lighting of both lighting, comforting, comforting text lighting to very stark, intense lighting. Those are two different things. So just having lighting effects is one thing, but knowing how to manage lighting effects on certain things, where it's a deep areas or where there's open areas is another thing. So the lighting effects is one thing, but how to use of lighting effects to create certain effects or to create the intensity of certain things, or to make certain things look more vivid, or make certain things stand out more, is also present. So that's a more additional details with regards to that. So that I would say that's the 1.5 right there. So far I can't think of anything else beyond that so far. The historic stuff is good. The monster stuff is also good. I like the fact that they look like they could see you, but they don't really see. It's more like bat sonar stuff. They don't actually see you. It's more like sound effects. So based on things by sound. So I'm not exactly 100% sure how that's going to go about, because Until Dawn they did not have that within the game. You see from the perspective of the monster. Here you see from the perspective of the monster, so you can be able to see how they look. So that's something I've seen in movies before, like in the movie Alien 3. You saw from the perspective of the monster that you could see, but the aliens doesn't have eyes. So is it really hunting by sight, or is it hunting by sound? Because it doesn't have eyes. It's hunting by sound or sound effects, or or by waves, or by sonar, and it's just reflecting light or hunt by light. So there has to be a description that actually sees, if it cannot actually see, or if it does. Not sure about that yet, but I like the fact that they are using sonar effects to be a type of visual acuity for finding things. So I like that, but I'm not 100% sure whether these things have eyes or whether they're completely using sonar to reflect on objects that gives image. So who knows what that is supposed to represent right now. So at the moment I'm fascinated about it, so I could say I won't jock it up beyond 1.5, but I want to see what else is going on. I haven't seen anything with regards to movies other than it kind of feels like an alien type creature, but at the same time it's vampiric, from what I've heard from other people. So maybe it's because bats are that behavior, that it leads more towards that, a giant bat or something like that. So who knows? Maybe it's alien, maybe it's bat. But I would say, since I've heard that people say it's alien by nature, how they go about executing that into the story, that's the important factor. Not the fact that it's a bat or it's a monster, it's an alien. It's how they go about executing it. So I want to see how. Because as everyone know, vampires didn't exist pre New Testament times. They didn't exist in Old Testament times, not from stories anyway. All that stuff came after Christ, in stories, in Middle Ages, so on and so forth. So who knows? I want to see how things are going to pull off from there. I'll continue forward and see how things go. So far, the collectibles aren't that great either. They look, the ones in Until Dawn look better than the ones here. So I would say, all in all, it's still at a 1.5. Anything I gave it an additive, like say a 1.6, I then took it away by the way they have the setup for collectibles. Doesn't seem that great. So I'm going to increase the volume back up. So far the game is good, but not perfect. But the story is very interesting. I want to see where it's going to go, or if it actually has certain reverence and relevance towards that movie Life Force. I want to see if it was certain people say that it's kind of somewhat associated, kind of like that movie Life Force. Because if it is, that would be a big plus for this game. I mean, they probably never seen that movie Life Force before, or maybe one of them within the Supermassive saw it. but it's not a very popular movie, but it's popular when it comes to the cult people. Everybody else, cult people don't really give a damn what everybody else think when it comes to cult movies. So, if there's a cult person within Supermaster God like that movie, probably that's the reason why, when it comes to the middle or maybe towards the end of the game, why people are saying these vampires are kind of like those aliens from Life Force. But I doubt it. But we'll see. Or should I say I'll see, so it's not archiving the stuff anyway.
Colonel King.
Mrs. King.
Eric, this is my team. And if you want to brief them, you clear it with me first.
I should have warned you I was moving the briefing forward. That's on me. But things escalated, I had to move fast.
I have a duty to my team to stay ahead of the curve.
I understand, Rachel, but CENTCOM has given their orders.
Orders?
I'm now commanding officer. I didn't mean for you to find out like this. Truly. I'm sorry, Rach.
Somehow I doubt that very much.
This is from SOC Central. It confirms that Lieutenant Colonel King has assumed control of this operation.
I'm gonna need access to your network.
I'll patch you through. Name?
Dr. Stokes. You can call me Clarice.
Dr. Stokes, please prepare the presentation.
You found something?
Fuck is that? Modern art or something?
This is footage from the highly classified Kalis program.
That's supposed to mean something to me.
It's a thermal satellite system that I personally pioneered.
Oh, well, I'm impressed. Please, pioneer away.
You behave like this in all your briefings, Corporal?
Boys are just eager to catch a break, sir. No harm meant.
Very well. Satellite sweeps of the war zone have uncovered what appears to be an underground storage facility. This will, of course, require further investigation, but I strongly suspect it's where Saddam's chemical weapons are hidden.
We got you, you son of a bitch.
CENTCOM has given the green light to raid the facility and seize any weapons on site. Hostilities may be over, but there are holdout groups of Republican Guard all over the country. They could deploy those weapons at any time, so we need to move fast. The Army is giving us a ride out there in their helos. On arrival, Lieutenant Kolchak will lead the raid on the facility. Once it's secured, we'll carry out a full weapons inspection. Now listen up. There's been a change of leadership, but Rachel's operational expertise and local knowledge is just as valuable as ever. She'll be flying with us, and I want you all to show her the same respect. Any questions?
What the fuck we waiting for? I'm ready.
That's tribal territory out there, Colonel. Make no mistake. Those people are feral. I take it we're getting their support?
Nah. Too many birds can bring them down on us. We move fast in, fast out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what your mama said to me.
Hey, careful, boy. If I didn't pull out so fast, it could have been your puppy.
All right, that's enough, Merwin. Sir, what's your call?
I'll put in a request for air support to be on standby.
Our birds can fly low under the radar. The site is in the Zagros Mountains, so we'll have plenty of ground cover.
We go dark until weapons are secured. If we don't break radio silence within 24 hours, CENTCOM will mount a rescue operation.
A lot of shit can go down in 24 hours.
I'll quit being a bitch.
I'm just saying, that's all.
This is why we went to war. This is what gets us out of bed every morning. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we stop Saddam from using these weapons. Be ready in 1 hour. Dismissed. Clarice, help me set up the equipment.
I'm on it.
I don't know, man. This don't feel right. I'm getting this tingle down the back of my neck.
Oh, sweetie. Look, good rub down will sort that right out, huh?
I'm serious. I got a real bad feeling about this.
That's what you get from spending too much time with Eric.
Is there anything you can do?
I'm gonna download the latest satellite data. You can have some alone time with him.
Thank you, Clarice. I have concerns.
Well?
This team barely know each other, and you're thinking about sending them 500 clicks into bandit country. It's too soon. They're not even remotely close to being ready.
If I'm not mistaken, they're force recon. It's their job to be ready. We don't have time to rework this. This is what's going to get us home, Rachel.
I wish you'd reconsider.
No. My decision is final. You should know. It wasn't my decision to take over your operation. Rach. This is it. Everything I've worked on these past years. It's ready. This is the big break we've been waiting for.
This isn't about us, Eric.
I just want things to go back to the way they were.
How we left it, things weren't so great between us.
We've been through worse. A lot worse.
Look, Eric, we'll talk when we have time. But not here. Not like this.
You're still wearing your wedding ring. Hey, be careful with that.
Oh, shit, sorry. What you got in that box of tricks, anyway? The fuck is that?
Ultraviolet light. We use it to sweep for explosives.
Let me have a go.
No. How much longer for that download, Clarice? I need it ASAP.
Is 5 minutes ASAP enough for you? Downloading data now.
Good. I'll check the satellite maps.
Not the greatest bandwidth.
We work with what we have.
Can you sign this 1348?
Huh?
Equipment release form. Can you...
Oh, sure.
Check all equipment, then check it again.
Yeah, I hear you.
Back in HG, flashbang, Willie Pete. Nick, you heard what I said?
IX, flashbangs, white phosphorus. Yeah, I heard.
Good. Stay focused.
Is this what I think it is?
WP, sir.
White phosphorus?
It's just for popping smoke. That's all.
These are only to be used for cover. Understood?
Understood.
After all, Saddam is the one who's breaking weapons conventions, not us.
What the hell do we need this crap for? We need to be mobile.
We need to be prepared. The facility is underground, possibly under construction. It's safer this way.
You want me to feel safe? You give me some more shooters.
If you need any assistance with the climbing gear, I'm here to help.
Sure, I'll manage, Colonel. Sure.
think we'll bag Chemical Ollie at this facility?
If he's in the vicinity, we'll get him.
That almost makes it worth the risk.
Almost.
Well, you know, I'd still rather be sitting behind a desk. If shit hits the fan, at least we can rely on air support to dig us out.
I'm sure it won't come down to that.
You seem confident.
You seem surprised.
Download's complete.
Let's get to the helos.
What? What? You want to ask me something? I can tell by that look on your face.
What do you think of him?
I take it you're talking about the skipper? He's a nice guy. Around here, nice don't cut it. What do you think of him?
Like he's got something else on his mind?
زين أنا جيت زين عرف كويس كويس أوي
All right, so one thing I'll say bad about the game so far is that when you get inside buildings the camera tries to zoom in like it's in first person, but it has the main character standing right in front of you. So when you're moving from left to right, you're looking through doors, left, right. It's hard to see going from left to right when you have a character who's interrupting your visual sight while you're right in there. So they didn't make the character like, let's say if I go into settings and shit. Alright, so I pressed the wrong thing. Like say if I go into and I try to adjust field of view. When you adjust field of view, it gets the zoom in and zoom out kind of feel that you get from a camera. So you don't see so I'm not even sure it has depth of field. Actually, let me go back. Check settings, check settings. So I'm going to check settings, and I'm going to see if it has depth of field. I know it's not in controls. No, it doesn't have depth of field. And that's one of the major problems with regards to this game. It does not have depth of field. It's definitely not going to be in the audio settings. It's definitely not going to be in the display settings or in the controller. So this game does not have exploration movement. Yeah, so this game does not have depth of field. And depth of field is essential when you're playing, because depending on the type of person that's playing the game, some people might feel kind of woozy being too close towards when they're enclosed in certain areas, and they can't play certain areas because they're enclosed in certain areas and they're moving from left to right, especially if an enemy is attacking. If they can't see from left to right because things are so tight, boxed in, it's hard for them to do so. But that only works when you're in first person mode in the game, when you're using the first person mode. It works good that way. But if you have a character standing right in front of you, yet you're seeing certain things in first person mode, that character's interrupting it. And if you don't have the field to actually move the character back out of your frame so you can see better from left to right, like here, that's an issue. So in this section here, it's fine because the room is bigger. But the main complaint is when you get into closer proximity, enclosed areas, let's say here, through this doorway, through this hallway. This hallway, the camera then zooms in to see in the hallway, like it's in first person mode. But because it's enclosing, it expands towards so you could see the entire room, then enclose so you could see only the hallway itself. But the problem with only seeing the hallway, you then zoom in towards the character, and then you're still seeing your character interrupting your scene while you're looking from left to right. So they're kind of blocking your visual sight where you have to look around. So it's very difficult to do that. So it's kind of a very stupid thing for them to have in the game. So this is back down to like a 1.4. Originally I had it up to 1.5, but I've got to put that down to 1.4. That's a very stupid thing to do. If you're going to do zooming in, you can't have some stupid character standing right in your way when you're trying to do it, because then you're interrupting and making the immersion of the game feel unrealistic, because they're actually blocking your sight. And they don't have depth of field so they could adjust it either, so that's an issue.
Sehen? زين تاني؟ يا هبل. الو انا سليم. سليم جاركون ابو زين.
طبعا رجعت؟
ايوه رجعت. هو زين مع هو زين مع ابنك
طارق.
ايوه طارق، هما مع بعض.
راحوا ياخدوا الاتوبيس بقالهم ساعة. كله بخير؟
لا كله مش كويس. لقيت الحاجات اللي سرقها وخباها طارق وزين.
يا رب مش ده كمان. قلت له 100 مرة.
زين قال لي انه بطل الحاجات دي ووعدني.
ننده البوليس؟
ايه؟ لا مش عايزين الصيع دول معانا. انا هتعامل معاه في معرفتي. انت بس قولي لي هم فين.
انا مش عارفة.
أول ما يدخلوا من الباب تقولي لزين أبوك عارف أنت عملت إيه. قولي له أبوك غضبان منك.
لا 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 يا ديني، مش دلوقتي. كابتن بصري اهلا.
يا ملازم لازم نتحرك على طول.
انت بتقول ايه سعادتك؟
العدو جاي يا سليم، العدو جاي علينا دلوقتي.
العدو؟ ايه يا فندم، الحرب خلصت خلاص وخسرنا.
لا ده كلام فارغ، محدش اتسلم. العدو جاي ودي ارضنا واحنا لازم نتعرب ليها.
شايفينهم؟ مطلوب تأكيد.
يلا شوف جايين علينا. بقول لك احنا محتاجين كل راجل في مكانه لحسن طيارتهم توصل عندنا.
تمام يا فندم. هرجع البيت قريب. خلاص يا دار، دي آخر مهمة.
Coyote 2, this is Mailman 2-1 actual. We're on approach and ready to go dark. Over.
Copy, Mailman 2-1 actual. Air support is on standby.
Roger that. Over.
We're here if you need us. See you on the other side. All call signs, silence, silence, silence. Coyote 2, out.
Get face on, boys. We're coming in fast. Hey, Merwin. What's your mama and the Bermuda Triangle have in common?
Why aren't you fucking enlightened?
They both swallow Marines.
Yeah, that's pretty good, boy. Hey, look, your mama's so nasty. I called her for phone sex, now I got a fucking ear infection.
Well, damn. How long you been sitting on that one?
Oh, yeah, you like that? I got a shit ton more of those bad boys lined up.
Yeah, that's what your mama said.
You two want to cut the bullshit and focus on the mission?
Hey, only one place I let a woman boss me around like that, all right? That's between the sheets.
I'm surprised your mom lets women into your bedroom. Don't want her getting jealous now.
Damn right.
Hey, the fuck y'all laughing at?
Sergeant Kenny, I need you to establish contact with the AWACS CP on 4-hour intervals. Sergeant K, are you with me?
Yeah, I got it. Contact CP every 4 hours.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm straight.
What's going on in there?
Just some shit I gotta work through, man. It's all good. I'm chill.
I got your back, Nikki. No matter what.
I know it.
Make sure you do. Semper Fi.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi? What's that, some kind of Boy Scout thing?
It's a Marine thing. It means always loyal.
So what, it's supposed to be lucky?
Marines have a boatload of superstitions.
Hit me with one.
Alright, check it out. They say to never look back when you're disembarking the helo. Otherwise you curse the whole team.
That's gotta be about the stupidest thing I have ever heard.
Yeah, well maybe. But as I see it, why take a chance?
Eyes forward at all times. You look backwards in a war zone. It's no wonder you get your ass shot off.
Good to go, Marines. It's what we were sent here to do, and may God be my witness. We're gonna succeed.
Amen to that, brother.
Hoorah! Hoorah!
ما يغيبوش على العين.
كابتن بص هناك.
يعني صحن الخنازير بيطيروا.
هيهبط.
صاروا رجاله.
Joey! How the fuck did you have to go do that? الأمريكان! العساكر الأمريكان جم!
Sir, we've been made. Awaiting orders.